DoWell-Payments Api Demonstrative Scenarios. Payment API Introduction. A payment API, application programming interface, is a set of rules and protocols that allows different software applications to communicate and interact with each other in order to facilitate electronic payment transactions. It serves as an intermediary between a merchant's website or application and a payment processor, enabling secure and seamless payment processing. First, we open the DoWell-Store website and then activate the key. Then we move to DoWell API Services. From here we can activate the DoWell Email API Services or any other which you want to activate.
Demonstrative Scenarios. To use DoWell-Payments API Services, you need to follow these steps. Access the DoWell-Store website through this link, https://dowellstore.org, and log in. Once on the website, navigate to the API Service section and activate the DoWell-Payments API Service. The API key you need can be found in the dashboard, provided there as the service key. For more information, follow the instructions below. Then set the API key as part of the URL parameter as shown below. Replace with your actual API key. The URL format, http python anywhere.com, API, Stripe, initialize, public, API key. Note, activate your API from the DoWell API key system link provided above. Payment options. We currently have two payment options, which are Stripe and PayPal. Stripe supports paying in local currency across more than 135 countries. PayPal supports paying in local currency in 25 countries. Also, PayPal only supports the price of 2 decimal points, at most as part of the request body, while Stripe only supports the whole number. How to pay for credits to use DoWell-Payments API. Step 1. Go to this https://dowellstore.org and log in. After logging in, click on Add Credits. Step 2. Select your preferred payment plan when prompted. Select your plan and your most preferred payment from the options provided, and click Buy Now to proceed, or select Top Up if you have a voucher card. Step 3. Select your most preferred payment method. How to integrate Stripe to DoWell-Payments API with WP-Get API in WordPress. Step 1. Before setting up the DoWell-Payments API, ensure that you have installed the WP-Get API plugin. Then, provide the API name, unique ID, and base URL, shown below. Step 2. You need to set up the API endpoint and the request body. Here's how it works. The callback URL will be a page on the client side that the user will return to after completing the payment or if the payment is unsuccessful. The API endpoint should have the API key, and the request body should contain the required post fields, as shown below. Step 3. Test the endpoint to get a jQuery response from the API. Go to the approval URL provided by the API data output to confirm that the API works as expected, and PayPal should charge you the price that you entered above. How to verify Stripe payment. Step 1. Go to your body post fields and set up the secret key and payment ID. You should change your endpoint as shown below. Step 2. After finishing the setup above, test the endpoint and it should return success. True if the payment was successful or success, false if the payment was not successful. If everything was set up correctly, it should return as shown below. How to integrate PayPal to DoWell-Payments API with WP-Get API in WordPress. Step 1. Set up the API name, unique ID, and the base URL, using PayPal. It's a prerequisite to have WP-Get API installed in your WordPress website. How to check if payment is successful, using DoWell-Payment API. Step 1. Go to your body post fields and set up the client ID, secret key, and your ID, payment ID for your generated approval URL shown above, as shown below, and test endpoint. Step 2. After finishing the setup above, test the endpoint and it should return success. True if the payment was successful or success. False if the payment was not successful. I am showing the success output below.